everyone, Kaylee here. So for today's Sunday Fun Day video, we're talking about my perfume collection because I actually have a lot of really fun videos planned for Sunday Fun Day. They're just taking a lot more production than I expected, so I decided just to do something fun and quick this week and talk about my favorite fragrance. So starting off with my first perfume that I ever got, it is the Vera Wang Lovestruck perfume. When this one came out, I was obsessed with the fragrance. I worked at the mall at the time, and every single time I would walk past the perfume counter, I would stop and spray myself with this one. I loved it so much and I was so obsessed with it, my family even knew about it. So my mom ended up getting me this for Christmas because it wasn't in my budget to buy like the real like full-size one. I definitely wasn't able to buy it then. So she got this for me, which is like such a really nice sweet gift. But I also really love the fragrance. It's a nice mix between like floral and fruit. I thought it was grapefruit for like the longest time, and I looked at the notes today and it's actually guava and mandarin. But it's citrus, so I guess that counts. I really thought it was grapefruit, but it's like a mix between floral and fruity. I think you smell both equally when you smell the fragrance. I think I remember when it came out that it was described as romantic and quirky, which I think is the perfect description, and I also think it makes it perfect for me. And yes, so this is my very first perfume ever, and I still love it. I don't know if I'll ever go all the way through it, but it is a wonderful, wonderful fragrance. My only other really large size fragrance that I have is the Viva Lafleur. This one was also a gift. I had like a gift card and I decided that I wanted to use it on a fragrance, and I sprayed so many fragrances on myself at the fragrance counter, and I ended up with this one. It's a mix of berries, vanilla, and floral, I believe. I looked up the notes. I think I'm right on that. There's like wild berries. You really smell the vanilla. Oh, there's honeysuckle too. You really smell the vanilla and the honeysuckle, and then the berries are up there as well. I would say those are the first things that I smell when I smell it. So it is definitely in that like sweet, fruity category. I think this is a good like summer scent or just like really flirty, girly scent. I'm actually wearing it today because it does make me feel kind of like happy and bubbly, because I feel like that just the really sweet, fruity scents just kind of denote that. So I have this one. Clearly I don't wear it a whole lot, but whenever I do, it always kind of makes me smile a little bit. And speaking of ridiculously sweet and fruity, I have Hilton's Can. I used to be obsessed with this fragrance. I had a small size of this. It looked like this, but like this big. I used it all the way up, and then I bought this one in the full size because I legitimately was obsessed with it. And now I don't really use it as much. Like, I still have it around, but it's not as much my favorite as it used to be. I think it's the perfect blend, like perfectly halfway between Lovestruck and Viva Lafleur, because it's got the floralness to it, but it's still got that like really, really sweet, really, really fruity thing going on. So it really reminds me of what would happen if you were to mix both of those fragrances together. You would probably get Paris Hilton's Can. For something that is still fruity but a tad bit more mature, I have Katy Perry's Killer Queen, and I really love this packaging. In all the pictures online, it kind of looks like it came with a stand to hold it up, which I think would have been cool. But even laying down, I think it looks really cool. I think it's supposed to look like the end of like a scepter or something, which it kind of does. I mean, I like it a lot. And the notes that I smell the most from it are dark plum, wild berry, and jasmine. You definitely smell all of those, so it's a little bit older, sexier scent than some of my other fruity fragrances, and I love this one in the fall time. It really reminds me of those like kind of spicy, kind of deeper fruity scents that you kind of gravitate toward in the fall. Without being like serious or, you know, too sexy or anything like that, because let's face it, like I'm not that sexy or mysterious of a person, so I don't really need my fragrance to be either. So I really like this one for, you know, doing the whole like fall time and winter thing, but still keeping my favorite fruity scent thing going as well. Alright, then I'm going to pair these two together. I have two La Vanilla fragrances. This one is Grapefruit Vanilla, and this one is Passion Fruit Vanilla. I got this. It's good. I really like La Vanilla fragrances, mostly because I really like the scent of vanilla. But I feel like this one's just kind of generic. Like, it's a nice scent, it's sweet, it's a little fruity, it's a little bit more mature than some sweet fruity scents, but I feel like it's kind of boring, so I don't really reach for it a whole lot. On the other end of the spectrum, I love this one. This one is Grapefruit Vanilla, and what I like about it is that it's still sweet and fruity. You guys are getting the hint. I like sweet and fruity, but it's really bright. I think that's a really great way to describe it. It's very like bright, almost zingy fragrance. Zingy is a weird word to use, but I think it describes it pretty well. If you smell it, it smells like that crispness that you get from citrus. without being overly sharp, you know, because it has that sweetness of the vanilla and kind of the warmth of the vanilla to balance the brightness out. And so this is one of my favorites. I actually carry it in my purse all the time and use it all the time. I wore this one for my wedding. I took it on my honeymoon. So if you guys are going to check any of these out later, you should check out this one because I really, really love it. Okay, so for the sweetest of the fragrances, I have, actually, I'm not going to try to pronounce this name because it's French. So I'm going to write it here, because otherwise I would completely embarrass myself and you guys would make fun of me for videos to come. So I'm just not gonna do it. But it's their vanilla apricot scent. So it's vanilla and apricot and it smells just like candy, like just like candy. And so I'm a little torn because I'm an adult. And I don't know if I should smell like candy, but I really like it. It's another one of those fragrances that just makes me smile. And when I smell it throughout the day, I'm like, like it's nice. I like smelling like super sweet sometimes, and I guess maybe it's a little bit unage appropriate, maybe it's not age appropriate, I don't know, but I like it a lot. And you know, I think if fragrance can really add a smile to your day, then like why not? Even if you do smell like candy and you're an adult, it's fine. So yes, this is like the sweetest of the fragrances that I own, but I do actually really like it. So my final fragrances, I think these make me an official YouTube beauty guru. It's the Elizabeth and James fragrances. I know everybody has these. I've been obsessed with them since before they came out. I smelled the little insert in a magazine that they had and I was like sold. I was like, I have to have it. I am obsessed. Mostly the Nirvana Black is my favorite. Clearly I got it in the bigger size. I love it so much. It's vanilla and jasmine and musk and sandalwood and just sexy. It's amazing. It's one of my favorites ever. It's definitely not something that I wear every day. It's more of like a date night fragrance or something like that, but it is just wonderful and it makes me feel like more of an adult. If you can't tell, a lot of my fragrances, they're kind of like happy, sweet, fruity stuff. I don't have a whole lot of like sexy fragrances. So I like having this one to mix it up a little bit, and I find that I can kind of mix this one with some of my fruity ones and it smells good as well. So I really, 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 really love this one. I got this one because I think these two smell really good together. That was part of the line, was that they were supposed to have, you know, you can wear them on their own or you can do them together, and I think they smell really good together. This one reminds me of my grandmother's fragrance. I remember it's like peony and freesia and a couple other flowers. It's lots of flowers. It's extremely floral, pretty old school. Not my favorite on its own, but it does mix really well with this fragrance and with some of my other fruity ones. So I kind of use it as a little mix just to add a little like punch of floral to whatever I'm wearing if I want to. And I find that that works pretty well because I don't like floral straight up on me, but I like it in little doses with other things. So this one is by far my favorite of the two, but this one is actually pretty useful as well. I almost forgot, I have this Harajuku Lovers perfume. It's a little mini one from, I think Gwen Stefani did this line a couple of years ago, and I don't think that they're made anymore, but I got this one, and the fragrance, like, it's good, I like it, but mostly I just think it's adorable, so I've kept it just to kind of adorn my fragrance collection. I don't really use it anymore, but I keep it because it's pretty. So that's it for my fragrance collection, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Remember to tell me about your favorites in the comments, because I would definitely love to kind of get out of the sweet, fruity land of fragrances if I can. And that's it, guys. I will see you on Wednesday with my next hair tutorial. Mwah! Bye!